Test one, two, test one, two, test one, two, test one, two. 1, 2, 1, 2, test. Good evening. I am Juanqui, and welcome to my world. Better late than never. Okay, this is the latest I've gone on, but I'm still gone on. Ladies and gentlemen, as you may already know, Mama Pro and Sister Pro are in the state, the town, the building, the house, all of that. So Incredible Hulk and I just got in from dinner with Mama Hulk, Sister Pro, and Esquire, VP Esquire. So but I am here. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna go to sleep. We have a female seeking advice from the men in the men's section. And it states, will I ever hear from this guy again? Well, let's see, girl. Let's find out. I met a guy over the weekend at a pregame. We spent the whole day together and ended up coming back and spending the night at mine. Parentheses. We didn't sleep together, just made out. End of parentheses. The entire, all caps, day he was talking about taking me out, parentheses. We set a time and a place, end the parentheses, and how much his family dog would love me and trips we were going to take. Even when I dropped him off at his apartment, the next morning, he kissed me goodbye and said he couldn't wait to see where this goes. He will call me throughout the week. Hello, Miss Viewers of You. Then Monday morning, he texts me that I am awesome and he had fun, but he does not like my values and sees no point carrying on. I didn't reply. I just deleted it. What the fuck happened? I was waiting for that until marriage. That's why it didn't happen. I also didn't know the guy, so I am not putting out on the first night. No way, no way. That alone is the value. I don't know what that last sentence meant, but somebody says he doesn't like your values and doesn't want to see you anymore. He was pretty clear about it. Somebody says, yeah, he went along in the moment because he was into you and was hoping to have sex. After the moment passed and he realized you were serious about your values, he decided he would cut his losses and move on. Okay, one last one, and then I'm going to give her my commentary. Somebody says, I ended things with a girl after finding out that she wouldn't have sex before marriage. It wasn't because I was stepping out or found someone else, and not because I was just looking for sex. It was because I was looking for someone to spend my life with, and sexual compatibility is a huge part of that. If I waited only to find out we had completely different libido, wants, and needs, that would be a tragedy and not a recipe for marital, Hunky Pro, marital, and not a recipe for marital bliss. I also didn't want to try to get her to change her beliefs, as that felt like it would be a dick move. So I politely told her I was not interested in further dates. A year later, I met the woman I will marry, 20-year anniversary next month. All right. So my 25 cents on the whole thing. Would I hear back from him? No. And do you want to? Why? Okay, girl. You weren't trying to be fast and furious. Miss View, she refused to be a mattress performer. Naris 21, she refused to be a bedroom warrior. Incredible Hulk, she did not want to be Fast and the Furious. Hello, Trisha Lane. How you doing? We're here discussing this chick, right? She didn't want to give it up on the first date, and he dumped her. And now she's here asking us, should she expect to hear back from him again? These girls, I tell you, mother, night after night after night, I keep coming across these girls. First, yes, on the first date, Miss View, remember, they met at a pregame. Then they went to her place. I guess he slept over, but he didn't slept on her. You know, they were just making out. And then the next day, he said he didn't care for her values. You know, she didn't want to put out. She didn't want to give the kitty cat trap right away. And so she's now asking us, and the men in the men's corner, asking about whether or not she should expect to hear back from him. And the answer from me is no, girl. You're not going to hear back from him. You weren't putting out. Miss View says, "Child boo, she can't make the rules as it goes." And here's the thing. Look, listen, all power to whoever. If you don't want to put out on the first date, don't put out on the first game. It's fine, whatever. You know, just like people, you know, are deciding not to wait. Some people are deciding to wait. Some people want to be born again virgins. Some people realize the first time was not what they wanted, so they want to recreate that. You know, some people want to just be celibate. Some people are really paranoid of STDs and STIs and all of that. And some people just want to make people wait. You know, I allegedly, I made Incredible Hulk wait for it. Absolutely. Not just Incredible Hulk. I was never one to have sex on the first date. Incredible Hulk and I went on 3 dates. Now, granted, it all happened on one weekend. Okay, drop a bomb on the weekend. Some would say that was just one date. Well, I saw it as a 3-part date. You know, I got there, I think it was on a Friday morning, and I left on a Monday morning. And so each day I saw it as a new date. Okay, one day we did this, the other day we did that, the third day we did that. And then by the time it was time for me to go, he did me. And then, you know, Naris 21, come here, Naris 21. Let me give you a secret. Okay, since you're part of my cohort, we run around the same age group, age bracket, Naris 21. When you put it down real good, you secure the future. Okay? Mother Trisha Lane, I don't know if you know this story. I met Incredible Hulk. I went down there, you know. I had a penthouse and everything. I rented the penthouse. Incredible Hulk was late by like 12 hours. Late by 12 hours, Trisha Lane. I was ready to get back on my Delta flight and come back. The only reason why I didn't get on the Delta flight is because they didn't have business class to come up. That's the only reason. If not, if I was willing to fly economy, I would have been on that flight. And then he showed up 12 motherfucking hours late. Anyway, and I was very clear. I said, I'm not rocking no microphone. I'm not facing the plate. Like, I'm not, none of that is happening. We're going to get to know each other. And so we got to know each other in 3 dates. That's right. I checked into the hotel on Friday, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. That was date number one, night number one. Then Saturday was another date. Then Sunday was another date. And by Sunday evening, I was writing someone's face. That will be hoax. Okay? Naris 21. And if you perform your duties the way that you need to perform your duties, Naris 21. Less than 30 days later, I went back down there for another date. You know, because I've always been that dude. Okay? I go to dates across states. And that rhymed. Okay? I will have breakfast in New York, dinner in Dallas, Texas. Okay? All right. What does it say here? I wrote our wedding vows the first month we met. Yes, that is true. Miss View says, we've been side-eyeing you for that 12 hours, Hulk, for years. Absolutely. And let me tell you something, Miss View. And I did a video yesterday where I was talking about punctuality and the whole nine. I've always, as a performer, you know, I got into theater, professional theater, getting my little coins, getting paid, like a whole check. Because I perform at this, I perform at that. I did this Disney show. I did this thing with Gloria Estefan. I did this thing with, you know, my little checks were coming in when I was 12 years old. They told me you have to show up. The time that performers got to be somewhere is called the call time. Every time they give me a call time, they drill into me, show up 20, 30 minutes before your call time. If you're not there 20, 30 minutes before your call time, you're late. So that has always been instilled in me. You have to be on time. I have had friends that we stopped being friends because I felt like they were disrespectful towards my time. Don't tell me we're going to go to dinner at 8 o'clock and it's 8:45 and you're texting me, I'm leaving home right now. I'll be right there, when I know you're still a good 40 minutes away and the meeting was for 8 o'clock. So I always carry myself with time is very important. I respect people's times. You know, I used to get to my jobs always 20, 30 minutes before, even if I wasn't on the clock then or whatever. It's in my fabric. So I have gone on dates back in my day where I deaded the date because the person was 10 minutes late. 10 minutes late. Oh, well, I know the trend. I'm sorry. If I could make it here 20 minutes before with enough time to look at the spot, walk around, use the restroom, and get myself together, ain't no reason why nobody else can do it. So, you know, look how the world turns. He was late for 12 motherfucking hours. And I could have deaded the whole thing. Naris 21 was on the phone with me. My hair deflated 3 times. 3 times I had to puff my hair up. I used to have big, luscious hair, Miss View, down my back. Yes. It was like the 80s back again in my head. And I said, you know what? I can't get on my Delta flight. I'm already here. What else am I going to? And I took that L and I said, okay, fine. 12 hours. And it was the best decision of my entire life. Miss View says, this is hilarious, Wonky. It's just as pretty as I am, even if you put a ring on it, an incredible hole. Yes, at least it was an idea. Oh, yes. And so, you know, it just, you know, the world goes around. You just never know where you're going to be, what's going to happen, because the last thing I would have expected was that by me, and I was so mad. I was so mad because when that elevator door opened at like 12:45, 1 a.m., horror hours, by the way, nothing good happens at that time. And we roll all that elevator back up. And I said to him, I'm really tired. I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. I flew down here. You've been late for 12 hours. Let's just call it a night. I think we talked for like an hour. And then I started yawning. A lot. And I was like, okay. And I was going to have him sleep out because I had a 2-bedroom suite. Oh, Naris 21, did you expect anything than a 2-bedroom suite? I had a 2-bedroom suite. And I was going to have him sleep right there in the living room. In the living room. And I said, you know what? It's fine. I said, you can, you know, Naris already know where I'm at. People already seen you through the cameras. I walked them all the way through the front desk and the elevator. If I wake up dead, the funny thing is that I wouldn't have woken up if I was dead. Drop a bomb on that. But if tomorrow comes and I woke up dead, everybody knows they're all going to find it. This man is like 7 feet. You know, they're going to find him. They're going to know. Naris 21 says, yes, I remember the suite. I have video. I might share the video at some point. I have video. I have it right here. But, you know, when people start getting froggy and leaping, that's when weird shit happens through their live streams and shit. So I am going to see if I can show the suite. It was the Oppo in Waterview, Clearview, Soundview, somewhere view down there. Miss View. Yes. Let's see. Miss View says, I do not forget shit. I may not speak on it, but baby, that builds up. All right. So I say all this to say, stick to your morals, you know, and who knows? She might be a young lady. She didn't say how old she is, you know, but things also change. You know, people change. People change. I've known people who were all celibate and stuff like that, and then they got to a good one, Savannah, and then they just went crazy. You know what I'm saying? So things change. Things change. Should you expect to hear from him? No, not this particular guy. No, he wanted you for that moment, and who knows? He probably had somebody else. You know what I mean? He probably had somebody else. You these days, you really gotta take your time. You know, if you want to be a girl that is just sexually free, by all means, take your PrEP, take your medications, use your protections, and enjoy yourself. But if you want to, you know, have some values and have some standards and get to know somebody before you allow them in that intimate level, then more power to you. Go ahead and do it, because, you know, it's few and far in between. And that is something special. That is something special. Anyway, I want to thank everybody who came through. Thank you so much. Today is my Friday. Tomorrow I'll spend some time with Mother, who's here. I'm going to be working around the house and also working on the studio. I want to get into doing my Legos again, and I have to edit some videos from the trip. So lots for me to do tomorrow and this weekend, but I will be back tomorrow with another something. So make sure you come through. All right, I want to thank everybody who came through. Mother Trisha Lane, Naris 21, Miss View is the View, Incredible Hulk, and all the helicopters and people who listen to later on. Please hit the like button. It helps us out as content creators. Have a good night. Be safe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.